Hi loves, it's Shanda. How are you? And welcome to Shanda Says. Tonight is part 2 of knowing our worth. You know, you guys were really vocal in your comments. I want to thank you for going on and sharing. That topic really hit home for so many of us, myself included. Because again, as I've said, Shanda Says can be very cathartic for me, and with things going on in my life at this time, it helps me to share with you guys. And with that being said, I really wanted to do part 2 to this because, as you know, on Wednesdays I do sex and relationships. Haven't done sex in a while, but it's about time. But this week I want to just really jump on regarding the worth issue in relationships. You know, I realize that so many of us have been in relationships and marriages that we don't feel that our worth is being respected. And I thought about that and I said, you know, why is it as individuals, because I don't want to just say as women, because I think men go through this too. Of course they do. Why is it as individuals, why do we put up with relationships that are not serving us? That we feel that our worth is always consistently being compromised. What is it that keeps us in a place of unhappiness? It sometimes feels like you're wishing more than you're getting. Like the bulk of your relationship is wishing this person would treat you a certain way and wishing this person would change and wishing, like, it's almost like you're thinking your love for them is going to wish them to be an ideal that they'll never live up to because it's just not who they are. I believe in my heart that most of what we go through, we have to take accountability for. If y'all see Bella, don't pay her no mind because I'm on the floor and she's going to come in this conversation at some point. But a lot of times we're responsible for the length and time and oftentimes emotional abandonment that we go through because we let it just get piled on. Why do we do that? Why do we do it? Why is the love for the relationship bigger than the love for ourselves? There was a time in my life that I was pretty arrogant when it came to love, and I would be like, you know, I don't get women. You know, I watch Maury or whatever crazy show is on, and a woman is being so blatantly disrespected, or a man for that matter, and you know, you ask them and you say, well, it's because I love him. But how great is love that is bigger than yourself? Quite frankly, the only love we should have bigger than ourselves is the love for God. There should be no love bigger than that. And being in love, does that mean I have to compromise who I am? Compromise my worth, what I believe, what I know that I deserve. Why do I have to compromise that? That's not what love is. I grew up with my mom always saying, Sean, a man is going to show you how much he loves you more than he tells you. When your partner gets to a place of showing you that you're not worthy, that you're not respected, what do? Many of us stay in these relationships. We stay. We're comfortable. We're comfortable. Or we seek advice. Or we talk to our friends. We talk to our loved ones and say, he's doing this, she's doing that. But the reality is, you don't need advice. And one thing I've learned is that innately, we all know what we need to do. We all know what we need to do. But it's the fear of action that immobilizes us. It is the fear of change. It is the fear of being alone. That many of us stay in situations, in friendships, relationships, whatever, marriages, that are not servicing us at all. I've had to come to a place in my life and look at my own relationship with my husband. And there have been issues and things I went through. Don't get it twisted. Me and Scoop have our issues. That's why I could come on here and talk, because I go through things as well. But when you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage where it's almost like you're invisible, like you're going through the mechanics of the relationship, you're not even connected anymore. How do we walk away? How do we get better? How do we get up and proclaim that this is what, I can't do this anymore? What do you do if you have kids? I will say this. I know that when we have children, we're raising our children, and we're raising our children within our relationships, because that's what we're doing, or our marriages. Our children see us as their first representation of love, relationship, and marriage. It doesn't matter what you say to your children. And if it does matter, it matters a little bit. But we're teaching them by example of what love is. Do I see daddy hugging mommy? Do I see them kissing? Do I see them flirting? Do I hear them say, I love you? Do I see them showing affection and giving affection? Think of how many of us have seen and witnessed people that don't grow up with that. What kind of adult do you become? If you don't grow up with love, an expression of what love is, how do you learn to love someone else? The reality is, love can make us crazy. Love can make us act in ways and behave in ways that we don't even recognize ourselves anymore. And excuse my French, you get angry and you say, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I acting like this? I know better. I deserve better. I want better. Why in the hell am I here? It is tough to walk away and to stand up for ourselves. It is. It's not easy. Many of us have to reorganize our lives. But here's the thing. When we love and when we trust, it makes us vulnerable. And opening up your heart and your love to someone is basically like you're giving your life and you're putting your life and your trust, everything, in their hands. And if they keep dropping the ball, what do? I'm going to share this with you. My mommy taught me this. The time that we have here, and we're in a relationship, marriage, whatever, with the wrong person, does God say, you know what? You know what, Shanda? This was a mistake. So as a result, the 12 years you've had with this person, here's 12 more years because this was a mistake. Does that happen? Or whoever is watching this, if you get what I'm saying, you feeling what I'm saying. Does God allow you those years back? No. You don't get them back. The most we could do with those years is learn from them and move on and realize that, you know what, I can't do this again. I won't compromise my worth again. This is a subject we could talk about all night. You guys know that. And, you know, as much as I love women, I think many men are going through it too. I think men just don't talk about it. I think so many men are unhappy. And it's hard for men to walk away when they have responsibilities. It's hard for some men to hurt a woman's feelings and say, I can't do this. Some men don't have a problem with it, but some do. But you're doing a discredit to yourself and someone that possibly loves you if you can't give them what they're worth. It's better to just walk away. But as an individual, you have one life. We have one life to lead, and we have to live it with all-out abandonment and happiness. Our relationship should be filled with love, respect, communication, just lust, passion, all those things. Trust, funny. How many of us are we getting it? Before I leave, I wanted to just read this to you. It's from 1 Corinthians, and you guys have heard this before. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. Always hopes. Always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. I read that to you because, to me, we can't get a more pure definition of what love is and what it means. And think about those words and think about how much does your relationships and marriages reflect that. And if your relationship or marriage does not reflect that, we got to do something about it. It's something to think about. I love you guys. I love sharing with you. Again, tonight's video was a little long, but you know, it's been a minute. We got to connect. We got to talk. Leave your comments. I love you. Follow me on Twitter at Shanda Says. Email me, shandasays1@gmail.com, and we'll talk soon. I love you. God bless you. And always know your girl goes through her stuff too. It's life. It's the ride of life. I love you. Bye-bye.